two people, both 55, both with exactly $420,000 saved, same salary, same city, same mortgage, same tired feeling on a Sunday night. 5 years from now, one of them is fully retired, traveling in the fall when flights are cheap, waking up without an alarm. The other is 68 and still logging in every morning, waiting for a finish line that never gets close enough to touch. 8 years. That is the gap. Same start, same day, and it had nothing to do with income, luck, or a better return. It was a 5-year plan one of them ran and the other never knew existed. I'm Arthur. In the next few minutes, I'll hand you that exact plan. 5 years, 5 moves. So if you're 55 and some quiet part of you has started wondering whether you could actually be done by 60, stay with me. You can. Here's how. First, the frame. Retiring by 60 from a standing start at 55 is not one giant mountain. Most people treat it like one, freeze, and do nothing. It's 3 separate problems, each with a boring, completely legal solution. Problem 1. How much money you can move out of your paycheck and into investments over the next 5 years. That is the shovel. Problem 2. How you get your hands on that money before the normal rules say you're allowed to. Most of it is locked in accounts that punish you for touching them before 59 and a half. That is the bridge. Problem 3. Health insurance. Stop working before 65 and you fall off the employer coverage cliff until Medicare picks you up. And how you handle that one decision can swing your costs by more than $10,000 a year. Shovel, bridge, coverage, that is the whole game. And the reason Ray, the guy who's 68 and still working, never got out is simple. He's not lazy and he's not stupid. He just solved problem 1 and walked off the cliff of the other 2. Move 1. The shovel. After 50, the government hands you a set of oversized doors to shove money through, and those doors get bigger every few years. Almost nobody walks through them. This year, a 401k takes $23,500. At 55, you also get a catch-up, another $7,500 for $31,000 a year, and here's the piece almost nobody mentions. At 60, 61, 62, and 63, that catch-up jumps to $11,250. The exact years you're sprinting for the door gets wider, a gift in the tax code that Ray will never open. Now stack the rest on top. An IRA adds $8,000 with the over 50 catch-up. Then the health savings account, the one the wealthy quietly treat as the best account in the system while everyone else sees a doctor's bill. With the right plan, that money goes in untaxed, grows untaxed, and comes out untaxed for medical costs you're guaranteed to have. The cleanest investment account in America, wearing a disguise. Add it up, and a 55-year-old can move over $40,000 a year into tax-advantaged accounts. Ray moves a quarter of that and calls it responsible. Same income, one using the full width of the doors, the other squeezing through the same narrow gap out of habit. Real numbers. Ray does a comfortable 10%, about $9,500 a year. You run the shovel like a 5-year project with an end date. Max the 401k, fund the IRA, fund the HSA. A serious chunk of income, yes, but it's 5 years, not forever. After 5 years, Ray's around $560,000. Respectable. You're closer to $740,000. Same start, same salary, same market, $180,000 gap. Open not because you earn more, but because you used doors that were standing open the whole time. And Ray's higher fee default funds quietly widen it even further. But a pile of money you can't touch is just a number that makes you feel better while you keep working. Move 2. Build the bridge. Almost all your retirement money sits behind a wall. Age 59 and a half. Touch it before then, and you eat a 10% penalty on top of the tax. You're walking out at 60, so you have to cover those early years without triggering that penalty and without a bad market wrecking you. 3 planks. First, the rule of 55. Leave your job in or after the year you turn 55, and you can pull from that employer's 401k with no penalty. The catch, it only covers the plan at the job you're leaving, so consolidate your money there first. Ray never heard of it, rolls his 401k into an IRA like everyone told him to, and locks his own money behind the wall he'd already cleared. Second plank, a plain taxable brokerage account. No tax break, no wall, no age gate, money you can reach freely at 60. Third plank, the boring one that saves the whole plan, 1 to 2 years of expenses in cash. Here's why the cash matters. The biggest threat to a 60-year-old retiree isn't running out in 30 years. It's a bad market in the first 2. Sell investments at the bottom just to eat, and you lock in that loss forever. Planners call it sequence of returns risk. The cash plank lets you spend cash through a bad year and leave your investments alone to heal. Build all 3, and 60 stops being a wish and becomes a date. Now that's a lot to fund in 5 years, which is why move 3 is not about saving harder. It's about needing less. And I'm not going to talk to you about coffee. Regular people aren't broke because of small treats. The real money walks out in 2 places: housing and transportation. Here's why they matter more than any budget app. The number you need to retire is roughly 25 times your annual spending, the 4% guideline. So every dollar of spending you permanently cut lowers your target by 25. Cut $12,000 a year, $1,000 a month, and you didn't save 12 grand. You lowered the finish line by $300,000. Put a real number on it. Sell the 4-bedroom the household outgrew and move into something that fits your life now. Mortgage, taxes, insurance, heating rooms nobody uses, that drops maybe $1,200 a month. $14,000 a year gone for good, times 25, you knocked $350,000 off the mountain in one decision and freed up equity that walks straight into your bridge. Ray keeps the big house and keeps trading cars, so his finish line stays enormous while he sprints at a wall that never moves. You can't always save your way to the number fast enough, but you can move the number toward you. Move 4. Solve the health insurance cliff before you jump off it. This is the one that scares people into working until 65. Between 60 and 65, you buy your own coverage through the marketplace. And here's the lever almost nobody uses on purpose. What you pay is based on your taxable income for the year, not your net worth. So a 60-year-old who's smart about which accounts they draw from can show a modest income while living comfortably and qualify for subsidies that cut the cost dramatically. Read that again, because it's the whole trick. Your subsidy is based on the income you show, not the money you have. This is exactly why the bridge matters. Draw from the taxable account where only the growth counts, or from cash, which counts as nothing, and you keep reportable income low, so the marketplace covers most of your premiums. Pull everything from a traditional IRA instead. Show a big income and pay full freight for the exact same coverage. Over 5 years, that one difference is worth more than $50,000. Then at 65, Medicare arrives and the bridge is complete. It was never a wall. It was a gap with a known width, and you built exactly enough bridge to cross it. Move 5 has nothing to do with money, because the plan is not the hard part. The math isn't complicated. What stops people is what happens between their ears the moment they get close. Around the 4-year mark, when the pile is real and the date's in sight, the fear flips. For years it was, I'll never be able to do this. Then suddenly it's, what if I do it and it goes wrong? That second fear chains people to a desk for 5 extra years they didn't need, guarding a number that was already enough. So you decide your rules while you're calm, the order you touch accounts, the cash buffer that lets you ignore a scary year, the income you'll show. Then at 60, when every instinct screams one more year just to be safe, you trust the plan you built with a clear head over the panic, because the panic isn't information. It's the feeling of standing at the edge of the thing you spent 5 years building. Ray never got close enough for that fear to flip, and that comfortable one more year repeated is just a slower version of Ray. At 68, still logging in, comfortable turns out to be the most expensive thing he ever bought. He paid for it with 8 years of his one life. So here's what I do. Starting this week, find 3 numbers: your real savings rate across every account, the fees hiding inside your 401k, and how much of your money is walled off until 59 and a half versus reachable freely. This month, turn the shovel on, raise the 401k to catch the full catch-up, fund the IRA, start the HSA if you can. A shovel that starts today beats a perfect plan that starts next year. This quarter, run the real math on the house and the car cycle, not to punish yourself, to move your finish line. Then map the bridge, which account covers which year, where the cash sits, what income you'll show. Here's the deeper thing. The people who retire well are almost never the ones who earned the most. They're the ones who control two boring levers: how much they moved into investments and in what order they touched it later. You need a plan a bad market can't break, because everything you redirect in these 5 years isn't really about the money. It's about time. You're converting money you have now into years you get back later, buying back the mornings, the falls and the springs and the ordinary Tuesdays that Ray is still trading away, one login at a time. Ray and you started at the exact same place. Same age, same money, same salary, same tired Sunday nights. One of you got 8 extra years of being free, not because you earned more, but because you understood 3 problems and 5 moves early enough to run them. What separated those 2 people was what they knew and when. Now you know it. You've got a 5-year window open right now. It won't stay open forever, but today it is wide open and you're standing right in front of it. I'm Arthur. Subscribe if you want the next breakdown. I'll see you there.